just like Mommy Toy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Goose Pimples, a show where I, Paul Breeden, am joined by my wonderful cousin,
Eric Arterbridge,
to delve into the creepy and skin-crawling stories that keep us up at night. Eric, it's been an interesting week for creepy and skin-crawling events, hasn't it?
It has. Twitter's being taken by storm.
Twitter is being taken by storm, and that's what we're going to talk to you about today. This is going to be a little bit of a different episode. We didn't really prepare a story like we do on other episodes. We just wanted to kind of have a conversation about what's going on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, it's blowing up all over Facebook. This guy, his apartment's haunted 100%.
Yeah, I think there's no question about it.
Yeah, and he's been tweeting nonstop about all the freaky stuff that's going on.
So this guy who's in question, I knew this guy. I knew who he was. I didn't know the story until, you sent it to me on Facebook, and that's what got me into it. But yeah, the guy you've seen his cartoons before, right?
Yeah.
They tend to go viral. His name's Adam Ellis. He goes by Adam Tots on Instagram or Moby_dickhead on Twitter, and he's a writer and an illustrator for BuzzFeed. He actually works for BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
And if you look him up, most people have probably seen his work. But he's got some weird shit going on in his apartment right now.
Yeah, very weird. Very creepy. I don't know how he sleeps at night.
It all started on August 7th. August 7th was the first time he tweeted about any of this stuff. And his first tweet was, "So my apartment is currently being haunted by the ghost of a dead child, and he's trying to kill me." That's an attention grabber, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's grabbing pretty much everybody's attention. But Paul, listen, you didn't send me the Buzz. Oh wait, did you send me the BuzzFeed? I mean BuzzFeed.
Yeah,
BuzzFeed?
I sent the link in the Skype chat.
Oh no, how do I access that? It's just your face.
You just click in the top. There's like a little chat icon. You click that.
Oh no, I just made you full screen.
Well, it's getting worse.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So anyway. It started on August 7th.
August 7th. So my apartment is currently being haunted by the ghost of a dead child, and he's trying to kill me. And I gotta tell you, Eric, coming off the heels of Annabelle 2, this got me. This got me good. Dug its hooks right in. He says that he started appearing in dreams, but thinks he's crossed over to the real world now. And the first time he saw him was during an episode of Sleep Paralysis. Now, I haven't said on here, sleep paralysis may be the most terrifying thing that I've ever experienced in my life. It had happened to me one time, and it's terrifying. You've never had it, right?
No, I did. Remember, I told you when you told me the story. But when I had it, I first saw myself across the room.
So you're having like out-of-body experiences.
Yeah, I think I was having an out-of-body experience while I was asleep, and then I woke up before I got back in my body, and then so I woke up, saw myself, which was freaky, and then there was a bright white flash, and then I was really freaked out, and I tried to yell for my brother, who was in the next room.
And you couldn't, right?
Right. It came out like, Ryan.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do remember you telling me this. So you're convinced that sleep paralysis is an out-of-body experience, right? That's what you think? Or is that just kind of what you think from your experience?
I don't think that it's necessarily always the case, but I think that it can be sometimes.
So this is what happened. I fell asleep on my couch, and my couch, my living room, it was one room over from my kitchen. And I was right at that point where, you know how sometimes you'll start to doze off, and then you'll like feel like you're rolling off a bench, and you kind of shake yourself awake.
Oh yeah, that happens.
that's what it seemed like. That's what had happened. I was just barely falling asleep, and then I heard something in my kitchen, or my brain thought that it heard something in my kitchen, and it startled me awake. And I went to get up to check to see what it was, and I could not move my hand. And then, for whatever reason, I don't know if I was like half dreaming when this was occurring, but my brain kept telling me, whatever's in the kitchen, it's coming closer. It's coming out here. You got to get up. You got to get up. Whatever's out there's coming. And I went to same thing. I went to scream for my wife, and it was kind of like, and that was it. I couldn't get any words out. It seemed like maybe 30 seconds I was laying there. And finally I was able to move my fingers. And once my fingers moved, I was up and I could move my whole body. And then it was just like my heart was racing. Like it was terrifying. Having that feeling that you can't do anything and something's coming to get you, it's rough. So to have that and see at the bottom of your bed, and this is how Adam Ellis describes it: a child sitting in a green rocking chair at the foot of his bed, and he did an illustration of the kid, and it's like this weird misshapen head. It's kind of too big for its body. He described it as a huge misshapen head that was dented on one side.
Yeah, which is freaky.
It's very freaky.
It's very freaky looking, but then like the drawing is freaky looking, but then once you like imagine this as a real person,
yes,
it's terrifying.
It is indeed. So the tweets kept going. This is all from August 7th. Adam says that for a while this weird kid just stared at him, but then it got out of the chair and started shambling towards the bed. He couldn't move because he was paralyzed from the sleep paralysis. And right before he reached the bed, Adam woke up screaming.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's a scene. I think that was a scene from Annabelle, which we just saw a couple weeks ago, where the weird, terrifying kid comes flying towards the girl. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I don't want to imagine, but at the same time I do. And then he had another dream a few nights later where he was in a library and a girl came up to him and said, "You've seen Dear David, haven't you?"
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It makes it creepier that he has a name, I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty creepy, especially since it's Dear David.
Dear David. It's classic, like Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
So then what did he say when she asked him?
And he writes, "I was like, who?" And she said, "Dear David, you saw him." She continued, "He's dead. He only appears at midnight, and you can ask him 2 questions if you said Dear David first."
Who is this? Who is this girl? Who is this little girl? She's almost as creepy as he is.
I think she's just as creepy.
I think so too. How does she know so much about David?
Oh, well, because she's dead too.
So then she added, "But never try to ask him a 3rd question, or he'll kill you."
That's horrible.
He said he was shaken awake, having 2 dreams about the same thing is pretty weird. But then a couple weeks passed with no incident. Then David came back in another dream, same situation. He was in bed, and David was sitting at the foot of his bed in a rocking chair, just staring at him. And now right away, Adam, what are you thinking? He breaks the rules. Right away, he goes for 3 questions. If you have a dream where a weird little girl warns you that the creepy, misshapen kid who appeared to you will kill you if you ask him 3 questions. Are you going to ask him 3 questions, Eric?
I'm going to try not to, but it looks like he got so wrapped up in the conversation, he didn't even realize that he was still asking questions by the time he got to the 3rd question.
That could be it.
So the first question he asked him is, "Dear David, how did you die?" And he mumbles, "An accident in a store." So Adam continues, "Dear David, what happened in the store?" And Dear David responds, "A shelf was pushed on my head." So, frozen with fear, he blurts out, I'm assuming, "Who pushed the shelf?" And David doesn't answer because that's 3 questions and you only get 2.
And then shit goes off the rails. Do you think that by asking 3 questions, it released David into our world or Adam's world or Adam's apartment? Do you think?
Probably. It's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, right.
You gotta say it 3 times, and then he's, there to terrify you and terrorize you. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
So he said he realized that he asked the 3rd question, which he knows he's not supposed to do, and at that point he woke up.
Yeah. He should have just stayed asleep.
He should have. He tweeted that he Googled deaths in the city, but can't find anything about a kid named David dying in a store. He tried a couple different names. Nothing came up. A few weeks go by without incident again. And during that time, I guess an apartment above him vacated, and he had the opportunity to move into it, and it was bigger, so he did, thinking he left David behind. And then he says a month or 2 goes by, and I sort of forget about Dear David, which I don't know how that's fucking possible. I think he lost track of me because I moved upstairs. So he's under the impression that it was that apartment that was haunted, not the entire building.
Surprise.
Well,
it's not.
So then something strange starts happening. So Adam says that for the past 4 nights, his cats were gathering at the front door of his new apartment at midnight every night, and they just stare at it like something's on the other side. He's got a picture of the cats, and they definitely hear something or feel something on the other side of the door because they're both trying to peer under the crack at the bottom. So I guess Adam is under the impression that David has found the new apartment and is trying to get in, or is like lurking in the hallway and distracting the cats.
I don't have any reason to suspect that ghosts are stupid. That if you go 1 floor up, they can't find you anymore.
No, and I thought I thought it was pretty much understood that they had a whole like walking through walls situation.
Yeah,
I think if it's a building that gets haunted, not just a single apartment. But what do I know? I mean, I could be wrong.
We're no experts.
But Adam,
we just observe and report.
Adam posted a picture. He posted the one of the 2 cats looking at the door, and then he posted again and said, "For the 6th night in a row, my cat has walked over the door promptly at midnight to stare at it." And he's holding his clock in front of the camera so you can see that it looks like it's what would you say, 12:02 there?
I would say 12:03.
12:03.
Yeah.
So pretty much right at midnight, the cat is staring at the door, and I'm watching this video. Eric, this cat is freaked out at whatever's behind the door.
Wait, where are you seeing a video? I'm seeing the picture of a clock.
Well, the next post.
Oh, next one. Oh, I see it. Let me watch the video too.
All right, you watch it too?
Yeah, it's very concerned with whatever is on the other side of that door. For sure. Paul, roll the clip.
For sure. It's rolling. Yeah, it's just like nosing and pawing at the door.
Yeah, it's trying to figure out what's on the other side, for sure.
It's whatever's on the other side, it desperately wants to get to it.
Ooh, I heard it.
So then, I guess he took a picture through the peephole to see what was scaring the cats. These pictures, do you get anything from this? Like, they are kind of cloudy and there's like weird shadows, but to me it almost looks like just kind of a smudged peephole.
Yeah, no, I mean the peephole is smudged, but in the first one through the peephole, he's saying that there is something dark by the bookcase, like toward the bottom. By the wall.
Oh yeah, there is. You're right. I see. It almost looks like the sole of a shoe or something.
Yeah, it's like something. And then so you can see in the picture that's not through the peephole, that there's nothing there. And then later on, a little higher, he takes another picture through the peephole, and whatever was there before is not there
gone.
now.
Yeah, you're
to
right.
show that it wasn't like a smudge on the peephole or dirt or something.
That's so weird. What is that? By the way,
Yeah,
if
it's
you
like
want
a
to follow
shadow.
along, I mean, we already said it, but if you go to his Twitter, it's Moby Dickhead. You could follow along and kind of go through the feed with us and see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's really freaky. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what that could be. It almost, yeah, I don't know.
It's just like
But
a
it's-
weird shadow figure.
It's like a shadow, and it's definitely something there that doesn't look like it's on the peephole. It looks like it's something that's in the stairwell.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not like a definite shape. It's not anything that we could like put our finger on.
No, it's just odd that it's there and then gone like that.
Right.
So as it went on after the people thing, again on August 9th, he talks about the cats. He posted another picture before he went to bed, both his cats. This is on August 10th. The cat's just like staring underneath the door again. Here's another video of one of the cats. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear sound on this one. This is him again right before midnight, just waiting.
Uh-oh. Those cats are up to something.
Yeah, he knows something.
So wait, what day was that from?
That was
That
from
video?
August 10th.
Okay, because I see on August 10th, it looks like you put a ring of salt around. Not even a ring, just a line of salt in front of the door
Yeah,
to get the spirits away.
he said, "I don't even know if this is the right kind of salt. It's let's see, coarse all natural sea salt. I think that'll do it.
I think that works. Yeah,
Salt is
I mean,
salt.
it worked in Hocus Pocus when they put the salt around the grave that they were hiding in, or threw salt at the witch.
So
So it'll work for him, I think.
yeah, it'll keep Dear David out. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I think this is all because he asked a third question there. I think if he went in to that dream and he asked 2 questions and walked away like he was supposed to, I don't think he would have had any of these issues.
Well, look, the ghost is already haunting his dreams before that. I don't know about you, but that's going to be an issue for me to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something you would have to deal with every night.
Right, and I don't suspect that he was planning to go away anytime soon.
On August 11th, Adam says that he has been using a sound app to record his apartment at night, and it says that the night before, on August 10th, it picked up 33 recordings. It makes an individual recording each time it hears something, and there were 33 recordings that night. The real interesting part, I think, Eric, you may agree with me, is when he starts using this Polaroid camera that he picked up.
Yeah, the Polaroid camera, I think, is the part of the story that freaks me out the most.
We skipped a little bit. There was he took a selfie that he posted online, and a lot of his followers swear that they saw something in the background of the picture. You can be the judge for yourself on that one. But on August 14th, he talks about the Polaroid camera that he picks up. Was it the 13th?
Yeah, on August 13th, he has a picture of the camera that he bought a Polaroid camera this weekend because they're fun and dorky, and took a few pictures around his apartment.
And the pictures, they're Polaroid pictures, so they have that kind of retro look to them, but they're clear. The pictures that he took in his bedroom and living room are, as clear as a Polaroid can be.
Yeah, they look cool. They look, what did he call them? Dorky and cool. Fun and dorky. Fun and dorky.
They are fun and dorky.
I would say they're fun and dorky.
The interesting thing happened when he decided to take a photo in the hallway where the cats claw and paw at the doors to try to get to every night at midnight.
Yeah, where that little shadow figure was spotted through the people. So he goes into the hallway and takes a picture with the Polaroid, and this picture comes out completely black.
There's nothing in it.
Not a goddamn thing. So I'm pretty sure that he tries it again, right?
Yeah, he does. Well, he mentions that he ripped open a fresh pack of Polaroids to see if something was wrong with them. And they all start out white. So if you take a picture and for whatever reason the camera isn't working, the Polaroids start white. They don't start black.
Right. And then he considered the possibility that he was covering the lens with his finger. So he took another picture while covering the lens with his finger to test out that hypothesis. And it comes out dark, but it's different from
very different
the first picture, which is like pure black.
Yeah, it's dark, but it's like, I mean, it's almost like a foggier dark, and there's hints of light throughout it. The picture that he took in the hallway is pitch black.
Yeah, pitch black. So then he, I think, took a video of him using the camera, right? And he took a picture in the apartment and then took a picture in the hallway to demonstrate the difference.
Yes. And the exact same thing happens. So there's the video of him taking the picture in the apartment.
Okay. Now I'm gonna take a photo of the hallway just to show you what that's like.
So he's walking out to the hallway.
Took the picture, it's popping out, and he's bringing it back in to let it develop.
As you can see, the first one has already developed.
The first one is clear, just like the ones he took in the bedroom and living room before. Here we go. Something's starting to come through on the hallway picture.
It's going to take a minute.
Man, what does he see?
Nothing.
But it is developing black.
Nothing. It's coming out all black, just like the first one.
Yep. So then somebody told him to take a picture of the hallway from within the apartment so that you can see the wall of his living room, the door to his apartment, and through the door you can see the hallway.
This is the craziest part. This is probably the thing that freaked me out the most, this whole story.
Yeah, he takes the picture. You can see his living room, and the hallway is pitch black.
So he took two. He took one with his cell phone, and they're side by side if you go to the Twitter. The picture he took with the cell phone, you can see the hallway perfectly. It's lit up. It's clear. And then the picture he takes with the Polaroid, yeah, the room he's in is lit up, and it's bright and clear. And it's like through the doorway is just an abyss.
Pure blackness.
Oh my God, it's so crazy. And I mean, you could tell they were taking one right after the other. You can compare kind of what's in the room and how everything's laid out. And it's the same picture. It's just, there's no light. No light. Even if you take a picture of some room with the light off, you're going to get something. It's not just going to be pure blackness.
Right. The light from the room he's in would flow out into the hallway at least a little bit. You'd be able to see the floor.
Well, and we should say
something.
We should say it's not like some big, long, crazy hallway. It's just like a little landing. Like when you got,
it's like 3 feet.
Right. You got his door, and there's like a little shelf, and then the steps to the left.
Yeah. The steps where some kind of shadowy figure hangs out.
Yeah.
By the way,
coming up from the old apartment.
Right.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty freaky.
On August 14th, he tried some old-fashioned tactics. He burned some sage in his apartment. He said he doesn't...
That's good, but did it work?
No, he says it doesn't seem to have helped much. He keeps waking up feeling like something's wrong. Then on August 15th, he definitively says the sage did not work.
Oh no.
I haven't dreamt of David in a few months, but he appeared last night. In the dream, my bedroom was filled with a hazy smoke, but I could see David sitting in the chair across the room.
Uh-oh.
He was smaller this time, almost shrunken. He didn't do or say anything except look at me, which is the worst. I'd rather him do or say something than just sit there like a little misshapen creep.
This is giving me chills as I'm reading this.
Oh, man. Okay, so then on the 16th, he says that apparently strange faces have been showing up in some of the photos he took. And he's got some of the Polaroids that he was holding up before. And I mean, I don't know what picture that's from. This was on August 16th, by the way. There is something. There's some kind of like green figure in one of the pictures. I guess it's the picture that was originally all black. On August 16th again, he posted this picture of the selfie. I don't see anything in the window.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in the window either, but
maybe it's
I don't know.
Not cutting it for me. That one seems a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
August 18th, it's been 2 weeks, and he still does this every night at midnight. And it's a picture of one of his cats just staring. Other weird stuff's been happening, too. I've been recording myself sleeping, and it picks up this weird static electricity sound every night at 3 a.m. It lasts about 5 minutes. This morning I woke up, and the whole house was shaking. It felt like a small earthquake.
What? That's crazy.
That is crazy. I debated mentioning it on Twitter because it sounds made up, but I distinctly felt the house swaying. It's just a whole bunch of small things happening at once. I feel so uneasy, like right before thunderstorms come.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's telling me to move, but I don't have any guarantee that this won't follow me. And that's true.
That's true.
Because in The Conjuring, they say that these spirits attach themselves to whoever it may be that they decide to haunt.
Oh, no.
August 21st. I had a dream that night where David was... I'm guessing I should have said last night. I had a dream last night where David was dragging me by my arm through an old abandoned warehouse. I'm not sure why I didn't fight back in the dream or how he was strong enough to pull me. That's dream logic for you. It was a creepy dream, but I didn't think much of it when I woke up. I took a shower and then noticed this. So on August 21st, he posted a picture of his arm, and he has a visible bruise in the spot where someone would be holding your arm if they were dragging you.
Yeah, just like above the wrist on the forearm.
He said, now maybe I injured myself the day before, and my arm was hurting during the night, which manifested as a dream.
Nope, it's Dear David.
He
left his mark.
It seems like it's a place where you would notice if you had hurt, right?
I would think so. I mean, I feel like I've hurt myself before and had no idea. People do it all the time. But I didn't have a dream from, weeks prior that I was being haunted by a ghost. And then that night, dream that the ghost was grabbing me, and then wake up the next day and have an injury somewhere where the ghost was grabbing me in my dream.
It's so weird. It's so freaky.
Right.
Hey, have
Very
you...
freaky.
Side note, have you ever had like a reoccurring dream that kind of like follows you and haunts you? Have you ever had that?
I have had reoccurring dreams, but it was like when I was a kid. I used to have dreams where there was something like after me or that I was trying to get away from, and I would try to call 911, but the phone would just keep ringing and nobody would ever answer.
Oh, that's the worst.
Or I would run into my bedroom and slam the door shut, but the door was smaller than the doorway, so it wouldn't latch, and there was nothing to stop whatever was on the other side from getting in.
I've had, when I was a kid, I used to have a dream probably every like 6 months. It seemed like it happened on a regular schedule, and it was so stupid. It was me and my friends would be outside playing, and this gigantic man with a lawnmower would start just like chasing us all over the neighborhood, like trying to run us over with his lawnmower. Then I remember it was always like, for some reason, you know, it's the classic dream thing. I couldn't run. Like I couldn't go. I would run as hard as I could, and I would just like slow motion.
Oh no!
And this guy, yeah, I just watched him taking out all my friends with a lawnmower. I'd always wake up before he got me, but
oh, lucky you!
I saw Nick get chopped up a couple times.
Well, that's okay.
Now Adam says there could be a totally logical explanation for it, so I brushed it off. I went to get coffee, which I do every weekend. When I walk to the coffee place, I always pass a food cart repair depot, and it's always incredibly busy, especially on weekends. I've lived in the neighborhood for over 4 years, and the place has always been jam-packed with carts getting serviced.
And then
today, it was completely abandoned. The whole warehouse was totally gutted and empty. He's got a picture. If you go on his Twitter feed, it was August 21st.
Yeah, totally empty warehouse.
Well, until he goes in.
Almost empty.
He went inside, took a look around, and the only thing in the entire building, besides some ladders and some traffic cones, right in the center, was a single green chair. Just like David was sitting on in the first dream.
But I have to be honest, the first time that I was like reading the story or going through his Twitter, this part made me feel a little skeptical because I don't know, like who sees an abandoned warehouse and then you just let yourself in?
Well,
in the
it
middle
is
of the day.
I mean, it's open. Like the pictures he took, the door's wide open. But I mean, this is kind of this is kind of the elephant in the room, and I didn't want to jump to it too early. But there is definitely a chance that this is a publicity stunt. I don't know if I want to call it that. And I'm not saying it is. I'm not discrediting this guy in any way. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's a chance that this could all be. The pictures are pretty freaky. I don't know how you would fake that. I mean, he did have a video of him taking a picture in the hallway and it not developing.
True. If he had a video of him taking the picture from in the apartment with the hallway blacked out, that would be...
Yeah, I think that'd be... that would seal it. That there's definitely something...
Right.
There's some credible weirdness going on.
Yeah, definitely some kind of weirdness.
You know what I'd like to see? I would like to see him take a picture from the hallway into his apartment.
That would be interesting.
You think it would just be like all black with a lit up doorway?
I don't see why it wouldn't be. But it might also just be all black. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I'm curious. Adam, if you hear this podcast, I'd like to see...
if you're listening to our podcast, please take this picture of us.
Well, this is kind of weird. He says on his way back from getting coffee, the warehouse has been shut.
Uh-oh.
And it has remained shuttered ever since. Let's see.
Do you have a cricket in your house?
Can you hear that cricket? He's outside.
Oh.
Yeah. He's outside.
That's so
I can
loud.
hear him too. He's killing it out there.
Or maybe that's our listeners.
Yeah. Okay, so Adam says, the chair, my bruise, dreaming about empty warehouse and then passing one by, it gave me the creeps. It gave me the creeps too, Adam. Needless to say, I didn't sleep much that night. Too many strange things happening, and more frequently. So I don't know. Anyway, it was a strange weekend.
Then he talks about his teacher calling him a retard for doodling in class. Now he's a published illustrator, and he's dead. So
that's
Adam
karma
wins.
for you. Yeah, there you go. He wins in the end.
That's right.
Let's see. What do we got? August 25th. Adam said there have been a few small developments in the apartment, but he's not really sure what to make of them. He just knows that he's scared.
I feel you, Adam. I'd be scared too.
He mentions that the cats have been gathering earlier and earlier every night, maybe in anticipation.
Okay, and then he says that they are starting to do it closer to 10 around this time instead of midnight. And they began a new routine: hover around the door at 10 p.m., cry for about 15 minutes, then wander off as if nothing's wrong. But this week something else has been happening. Shortly after the usual cat stuff, around 10:30 or so, I start getting phone calls from an unmarked number.
Wow, I think I missed this the first time. This is weird.
Oh, I remember this. I read it, and it is creepy. Okay, so his entire call history for the past week is mostly no caller ID.
Yeah, he's got a picture. It's not mostly. It's all, I mean, it filled up a screenshot.
In the picture that we see, yeah, in the screenshot that he posted, it's all no caller ID. And, well, 4 of them are from one day, and then the other 2 are from Wednesday. So he's getting several calls, it looks like, a day. And he answered one of them.
Oh, my God.
Assuming that it was a telemarketer or some kind of automated message.
At 10:30 at night, Adam?
And he says, usually if it's an automated thing, if you answer once, they quit calling. So he picked it up, and he didn't say anything. He just listened, waiting for some automated message to chime in. But instead, he heard the peculiar electric static sound.
Oh, my God.
That's very similar to the static.
Oh, my God, the one that happens at 3 a.m.
Yeah, that he records on his sound recorder when he's sleeping. After about a minute, the static stopped, and there was silence. He kept listening, and he heard what he thought was breathing, but it was so faint he couldn't be sure. He says, "My heart was racing. It was so hard to hear." Then, just as I was about to hang up, I heard a very small voice whisper, "Hello."
Oh, no.
Something about the way they said hello freaked him out. It wasn't a question or a greeting, just hello, a flat statement, so quiet he could barely hear it.
It was David calling from the warehouse, Eric.
Yeah, it was Dear David, or one of his other demon friends. So he panicked
the librarian.
And understandably so, closed all of his curtains and turned on every single light.
Wow.
I would have left 100%. I don't know where I would have gone, but I would have gotten out of that apartment.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I would have left a long, long time ago.
Yeah. So for the rest of the night, he watched TV because he was too scared to go to sleep and felt like he was losing his mind.
Wow. So that all happened on August 25th.
Yeah.
The next time we hear from Adam, it's August 28th. And he has moved the green chair out of his bedroom. Okay, so the green chair, I guess he wasn't imagining in the dream. The green chair was a real thing, and Dear David just happened to be sitting in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he waited till the 28th to move that stupid chair out of his room. That probably would have been the first thing I did. I would have burned it. Anything that's ever been touched by a ghoul needs to be destroyed. So on August 28th, he moves the green chair out of his bedroom into the living room.
Well, he said that he moved it out weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been in various parts of the living room ever since. He considered getting rid of it, but he doesn't know if that would have any effect. So he errs on the side of not getting rid of it. I mean, I would have taken that chance.
He also mentions that he's going on a trip to Japan for 3 weeks. I keep thinking that if I can make it to my trip, this will all end, as dumb as that sounds. Yeah, that does sound dumb.
Yeah, he says David lost track of me once when I moved, so maybe if he believes I've left the apartment again, he'll leave me alone.
He didn't lose track of you, Adam?
Yeah, he didn't. It seems like you went up a floor and he went right with you.
He just can't get in your door for some reason. Well, maybe. Let's see.
He gets in there in the dreams.
Because things get strange. He mentions that since he's going to Japan, he bought a pet monitoring camera so he can keep an eye on the cats while he's overseas. Basically, it's a nanny cam that connects to Wi-Fi, and you can check it whenever you want. It runs 24/7. It also will send an alert to your phone, or to an app, anytime it picks up any motion in your home. In any event, he says, I decided to test it out this weekend. I was away from home for one night, so I set up the camera before I left. My phone pinged periodically through the evening, alerting me to the cats running around and playing, all normal stuff. Then, around 11, it alerted me again that it detected motion. When I checked the feed of my apartment, I didn't see anything. So I watched the feed again. Still nothing. I watched it a third time, and finally, I noticed something. So on August 28th, if you go to Adam's Twitter feed. You can see this video that he posted. It's the alert that he got from the kitty cam. And if we watch the video, at about 4 seconds in, the green chair, David's chair, starts rocking. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm getting goose pimples looking at it, and that's not wind. I mean, that's not a wind or a breeze rock. That's a steady, rhythmic. Someone sitting in this chair rocking it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like. I feel like just like in Annabelle, the spirit rocking the chair.
God. Okay. Let's see. Adam says, I knew it couldn't be the wind because I haven't had the windows open all summer. I have AC and like to keep it chilly. It was unnerving, but there wasn't anything I could do about it right then, so I flipped my phone off and tried not to panic. About a half hour later, he got another motion alert. And in this video, same view. And the chair doesn't move in this one, but next to the chair, he has a bookshelf with books and plants and stuff on it. And above it is a turtle shell. For some reason, he's got a turtle shell. And what was that at? At about 12 seconds in, the shell just falls off the wall.
Yeah, behind the bookcase. That's freaky.
It's very freaky.
Yeah, that's definitely paranormal activity.
It's gotta be. It's like Paranormal Activity 4. Have they made
Yep.
that movie yet? Or which one are they on?
Probably, I don't know.
So Adam says, yes, I know it's weird that I own a turtle shell, but his family
Yeah,
lives in
very
Montana. I picked it up last year at a NATO trading post. Since I've been back home, I've been too nervous to turn the camera back on. Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine if you were in the apartment, like in the bedroom, and you get a notification from the living room?
Oh my God, stop. I wouldn't be able to handle that.
He said feeling really uneasy, he put the chair in the hall, which that may have been the goal all along for Dear David.
Oh my God.
This is weird. He also posted this on August 28th. Somebody noticed, so if you look at the video, the first video he posted, you can see, like in the next room, there is a small table to the right-hand side, and there's two blue chairs at the table. The second video, the one where the turtle shell falls off the wall, one of the blue chairs is missing.
I can't see any blue chairs.
You don't see the blue chairs?
No.
What do you mean?
Maybe it's
no?
my screen.
You can't miss them. They're obvious. You see the pillows on the couch?
Oh, no, I don't see the couch because I can't click on the pictures because my computer's too slow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
so, never mind.
yeah, we'll scratch that part. But no, it definitely happened. He just went and checked, and the blue chair is back where it's supposed to be. He declares, "Fuck this! I'm not staying here tonight." Good on you,
I don't know how
Adam.
it took him this long.
And then he says, "This is all still August 28th. Wait, now people are pointing out that the chair is still there. It's just the lighting. This is all too much." Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he took his Xanax and went to bed. Just what Dear David wants.
Yeah. So on September 5th, Adam posted that he's been leaving the nanny cam on 24/7. It records every time there is movement or sound. He was going over the feed from the weekend and he noticed some weird stuff. During the night on Saturday, while he was asleep in the other room, it recorded the cats in the living room. It seemed pretty unremarkable at first. But then after a few moments, Maxwell freaks out and jumps over something invisible. Let's see. So both of his cats are in the living room. Yeah, at 12 seconds, the one cat, it kind of gets startled and jumps up in the air over something. It could have been a bug, and he says, "I don't think it was a bug. Maxwell doesn't react like that with bugs. He just eats them. Something spooked him. What's more, I almost never get bugs. Maybe three in all the years I've lived here. That's a pretty good streak.
That is a pretty good streak, but also with Paranormal Activity, they do tend to attract bugs, right? Like in the Amityville Horror, all those flies.
Oh, yeah.
But in all fairness, in this video, it does look like the cat is swatting at a fly.
You're talking about the second video, right? Well, I'll tell you what, before we get to that video.
I can't watch the videos.
He posted a picture. This is still on September 5th. It's I guess it's a screenshot from the clip, and it's his cat standing on its hind legs, just staring around the room. And I don't know if it's like a bug or a cat thing to do, but the image of this cat standing on its hind legs like a person is freaking me out.
Yeah, I mean, that is freaky.
Adam says he'd sit up on his hind legs and peer around the room as if he was looking for something. He says this is odd behavior for him, and I can't come up with an explanation for it, especially because of the next video. The next video is it's the cat standing up like a weirdo. And then towards the end of it, let's see. I guess he swats at something. But yeah, you saw this video earlier, right?
Yeah, this is the one where he's like, it's like he sees something and then he's swatting at it. And this is the one I was saying that, I mean, this is like typical animal behavior of seeing a fly or some kind of bug.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is how it would react to a fly. So I don't know how much you could take from that. And Adam even says he supposes there's a chance it was a fly, but honestly, he never gets flies, so it seems unlikely. And I will say, if you have a fly, because flies stick around for days.
Yeah, unless the cat eats it. Yeah. Yeah, and then he says, I just can't shake the feeling that something has made its way into the apartment. Yeah, that's because something is in your apartment. I think that's clear. And also
besides
David.
The fly. Okay, but this is where it ends. I mean, this was 2 days ago when he was talking about the cat. So I'm sure more will develop in this story. And if more does develop, we're gonna talk about it. We'll be back with updates on Adam Ellis. It's just freaky. It freaked me out. It gave me the chills when I saw the story, when you tagged me in the story on Facebook, and I figured this would be a perfect thing to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, as I was reading it, it definitely gave me goose pimples, and
that's our cue,
Yeah. So we got to talk about it.
So yeah, again, if you want to check out Adam's work with BuzzFeed or his comics, you can follow him at Adam Tots on Instagram or Moby Dickhead on Twitter.
Moby_Dickhead.
Moby_Dickhead.
Yes.
Eric, that's it for Adam Ellis for now. You got any plans for this weekend?
Oh, yeah. You're going to come up to New York, and we're going to go see Stephen King's It.
That's right. I am. I can't wait. I'm excited to get up to New York. Maybe go see a comedy show. Definitely go see It.
That's right. That movie looks scary.
It does look scary.
The original one terrified me as a child. Did you see the original one?
I did. I saw it a lot. I used to rent it from Blockbuster all the time. Like that was one of the go-to movies. If you went to Blockbuster and they had nothing else that you were interested in, it was it. You'd go get it.
Beep, beep, Richie.
I'm interested, though, because they say, and I didn't read the book, I'd like to, but they say, like, the book, there's a lot more to it that the first movie didn't go into. And apparently the new movie is going to touch on a lot of that stuff that the first one missed.
Okay.
Did you see, speaking of creepy, did you see what's going on in Pennsylvania?
What?
So red balloons have been popping up on storm drains.
Oh, hell no.
All over, let's see, where is it? Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I think.
Oh, that's even creepier.
Yeah. They say it's local pranksters, but is it?
Or it's a killer demon clown.
If you guys are going to go see it, let us know what you think. By the time you hear this, we will have already seen it. You can hit us up on Twitter at GoosePimpleCast. If Adam Ellis' story has given you goose pimples, do us a favor and just tell a friend. We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on Google Play. You can rate, review, you can You can review us with the little stars. We love it. Whatever you can do. We're just trying to grow the podcast.
Yeah, just do a little something, will you?
Help us out.
Yeah.
We'd also
and listen to the next one.
We'd also like to share your stories, your creepy ghost stories or alien abduction stories or any kind of ghouls or ghosts, or if your apartment's haunted, you can let us know at goosepimplespodcast@gmail.com or share on Twitter using the hashtag Pimplecast. Eric, that's it for me.
And that's it for me, Paul.
All right. Bye.
Signing off. Goodbye.